Okay, it's time to assemble our 20X teacher bike. So you'll notice I've already taken it out of the box. Things that you'll find in the box will be the 6mm Allen wrench, a 5mm Allen wrench, a small wrench to adjust the nut on the brake, and a bigger wrench for the nuts on the wheels, and finally a zip tie to attach the brake cable to the front fork. So first I need to take off all of the packing materials that are attached to the bike. There's one in the stem, and there are these plastic pucks on the wheels. So I'm going to put the seat on first, that way I can flip the bike over and we can put on the wheel more easily. The seat I'm going to put in right here. You'll notice there's a minimum insertion mark on here, so you want to make sure that when you put the seat in, it needs to go past that mark. That would be this is the highest it would go, but it can be adjusted depending upon the teacher's height. This is a quick release clamp, and you'll notice this one's pretty loose, so I'm going to actually open it back up and tighten this bolt on the back side so that it's tighter to close. You shouldn't have to put all of your weight into it, but it should be fairly snug like that. Next, I'm going to put together the handlebar. There's also a minimum insertion mark on the handlebar as well. So make sure that it is inserted far enough. I'm going to insert it to there. This will be tightened with the 6mm wrench. Right now I'm just going to hand tighten it, and after I get the front wheel on, I'll be able to tighten it all the way and make sure everything is straight. So we have the seat and the handlebar on. I'm going to flip it over and we'll work on the front wheel. There are a couple of things that need to be loosened up on the wheel before we assemble it on the bike. These acorn nuts, go ahead and loosen them almost all the way. And then there's another nut right here on the drum brake. I'm just going to take that off all the way and set it aside. When you're assembling it on the bike, we'll line this up first and slide it in. And then once that's in, I'm going to take the washers and kind of separate them and slide them in with the axle. So you'll notice these safety washers right here. They slide into these holes on the frame, and I'm gonna just finger tighten it right now. And then I'll use this small wrench to tighten this up. And the 15mm wrench to tighten up the acorn nuts. These need to be nice and snug. Okay, right here on the front is where you can attach the zip tie to the brake cable. And if you have pliers, go ahead and snip it off. So now I'll put the kickstand down and flip it over so that I can adjust everything on the bike. When you're adjusting the seat, you want to have a slight bend in your knee, so I left this one pretty high. This is good. I'll put it up just a little bit for myself so there's only a slight bend in my knee, and then make sure that the seat lines up with the frame so it's not crooked. That's good. And then when I'm looking at my handlebars, these right here are really crooked. So I need to go over to the front. Since I only tighten this most of the way, I'm going to secure the front wheel with my legs and adjust the handlebar so that it's straight with the frame. Take my 6mm wrench and tighten it the rest of the way. Okay, that's nice and tight. Now I'll get back and check this side. So the handlebars actually have an adjustment here where you can have them go forward or backward. This feels pretty good to me. I have a slight bend in my elbow. The one thing that does need to be adjusted is the brakes should be about straight. So when your fingers are straight out from your arms, you should be able to rest them on the brakes. So these are pretty far down. I'm gonna take the 5mm wrench and loosen this nut in the back and just pull that up slightly. So I'll just should be more like that and tighten it back up. Doesn't take much. And then I'll do that again with the other side. So the handlebars are straight, the brakes look good, and this is how you assemble the 20X teacher bike. We'll show you how to put the pedal kit on next.
As long as you're committed to teaching kids to ride a bike, we're committed to supporting you. If you have any questions about what we covered in this training or need additional support, don't hesitate to reach out to us at info@allkidsbike.org or call us at 605-956-3877.